Coming to you live from the one and only Rinks in Oppog, you're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Ryan Brannigan and the legendary Panasonic Call taking you through this game here tonight from the JV level between 7th place West Islip at 4-4 and 9th place Sachem at 3-5. Start with the home team West Islip. They're coming off a close, tight 3-2 loss to St. Anthony JV Black. St. Anthony JV Black. And the Friars that they lost to St. Anthony JV Black are in first place in the division with an 8-1 record in overtime win to their name. That loss was, though, in regulation time, that West Islip 3-2 loss. Prior to that, a 9-1 loss against Longwood, an 8-1 loss against Smithtown JV Red. So trying to get back in the win column after a 4-1 start are West Islip. Meanwhile, Sachem, it's been quite the opposite. After losing their first 5 games, they lost 5 straight, they won 3 straight. And most recently, a 12-1 thrashing of Ward Melville. A 7-0 shutout dominant win against Northward Huntington, and a narrowly won 3-2 win over Smithtown Hauppauge JV Blue. Before coming into this matchup here tonight, so it should be a good one between two teams that are going in opposite directions, that want to course correct or keep their course correct. We take a look at the West Islip lineup and players to look out for. It's really a core of 5 players. Really a core of many players that have been very helpful for this West Islip team, led by Joseph Sulos, 9 points in 8 games played. Aspeti close behind with 8 points in 7 games played, 4 goals, 4 assists. 5 goals, 4 assists for Sulos. Those 5 tied for the team lead with Ryan Bonkov. Bonkov with 7 points in 6 games played, and Alex Jablonski. Jablonski with 5 goals and 1 assist, 6 points in 7 games played. Also notable, Jeremy Sinclair has 8 points, as well as Jake Shinnis. And the goaltending has been, for the most part, Michael Elko. He has 7 games started for this West Islip team and has a 4.46 GAA, that is goals against average. Sachem, meanwhile, on the other side of the ice. They've gotten a lot of production out of Zachary Hesse. Hesse, 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points in 6 games played. Justin Hunter, second on the team in points, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. And Ryan Matigliano has 6 points in 7 games played as well. 4 goals on the year for Sean Feely. 5 points in 6 games played for Feely. And Chris Saguna, 10 goal and 3 assists, 4 points in 4 games played. He's at pace. In net for Sachem this year, it's been a combination of Giovanni Mazzara and Michael Walsh. Both players are out there tonight. It appears Walsh will get the start in net. For Sachem, who break on the bench. And get a let's go Sachem to the Sachem fans to my right, West Islip fans to my left. As we are just about set here for puck drop between Sachem and West Islip. Scoreboard up, and we're underway here between Sachem and West Islip. Sachem with a win here tonight will be back in a playoff spot. If the season were to end today, they have the puck in the offensive zones. Far circle, that's Ratigliano a drive and a save made by Elko. Here's Hunter. Down the left wing side, taken over by West Islip. And they're quick to move it out. Only though, a turnover in the neutral zone, taken back by the silver and gold, and Wellman chipping it down the far wall. Ratigliano with the hit there. Held in at the near blue by Calver. And Hunter can't keep in as the puck is forced out. A nice play made by West Islip's Kevin Mills. Kevin Mills on the year for West Islip has a goal in his 4 games played. Carried over the line. Nice play by Bonkov. Bonkov trying to finesse one through. It nearly did get through to Jeremy Sinclair, but ultimately steered away by the Sachem defense. Bonkov reverses once more. Here's Portanova. Portanova trying to clear it out the right wing side. Whether there's a trouble, Kane takes it. Hit up high there from Randazzo. And the puck just squirts free and out of the zone. Taken back, however, by Minor Vinny. Kane will flip it off the far boards. Not out of the zone. Backhanded in front and just wide with the shot was Bonkov. And Sachem. Oh, my apologies for the lack of audio. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Ryan Brannigan, Panasonic Paul on the camera. Sachem and West Islip. Going to quickly summarize everything I've said thus far. West Islip 4-4, Sachem 5-3, or 3-5 rather. Sachem winners of 3 straight. Started the year off 0-5. West Islip started the year 4-1, losers of 3 straight. Trying to get back in the win column. They have the puck in their own end, but good play by Loeb, takes it away. Send up the left wing side, though. Taken away by West Islip. Sachem quick to get it right back. And carried up ice. Nice play here. And that is Saguna, Chris Saguna. And it gets by the stick of Calber, who's got to track back for it. Hustling in after it for West Islip. On the forecheck was Lela. Sachem back on it. Retigliano sending it back to Saguna, who gets it over to Calber. Calber off the stick of Feely and into the offensive zone. Sachem led by, in terms of their point scoring, by Zachary Hesse, 11 points in 6 games played. Taken away by Sachem. Feely trying to force it into the zone. And now controlled by Alec Jablonski. Jablonski, who previously played for ESM in the freshman division for them. ESM do not have a JV team, so Jablonski wanting to keep playing the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. On West Islip, as is Bonkov, who has it here. Bonkov near circle. Centers one across, just out of the reach of Jake Chinnis. And now Sachem come away with it. Hunter flying through the neutral zone. Poked at by Elko. Starting netminder for West Islip. In goal tonight for Sachem is Walsh. And he makes the save here, does Michael Walsh. So 10:28 remaining in period number 1. No score between Sachem and West Islip. And you're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Face off to the left of Walsh. Won by Sachem. Taken away. Nice play by Minervini. Minervini across to Randazzo, and Randazzo sends in. Walsh out to stop it. Aggressive on the forecheck, Kevin Mills. Pushed along by Randazzo. Down low, cycle continues for West Islip. That's DeSantos putting it out in front. And Walsh sealing off the post to make the save. And the Sachem netminder Walsh comes in tonight with a .303 goals against average against Michael Elko. Boasts a 4.46 GAA. We don't track saves here in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League, or rather game sheet, or do not, so we don't have save percentages for you. You at home, if you feeling. I know a lot of the goalie dads and moms do like to track the shots, by all means. Sachem get into the zone. Nice little play there by Saguna. Keeps the cycle alive here for Sachem. Here's Hesse. Hesse around the defender, Mills. Hesse around the near side. Couldn't quite get it between the legs of DeSantos. And now Mills with it. Mills lost it to Saguna. Saguna tries to jet ahead, and it's taken back by Jablonski. Jablonski, cross-ice feed for DeSantos. DeSantos, lead pass, hits the skates of Alec Jablonski, who took off, or pardon me, of Kevin Mills. And now offsides. Call against West Islip. No score again here between Sachem and West Islip. Sachem in 9th place, West Islip in 7th. A win puts Sachem into a playoff spot. Will the playoffs start today? Of course, they do not. The season nearing the halfway point, though, however. DiPietro. Shoots one ahead. A Pedisano after it. And that's an icing against West Islip. Face-off coming down into the WI end of the ice. Other players I mentioned on West Islip has got a very team effort in terms of point scoring. Three-way tie for team leading goals in terms of that's Sulos, Bonkov, and Jablonski, all with 5. As that's Sulos who took the draw. Held in by DiPietro. And now gets by DiPietro. Foot race. Sinclair's going to win it. Near circle, a shot. High riser. Fought off by Walsh with the blocker. Away comes DiPietro. He's got Calberer. And there's Ritigliano, the trailer. He's going to pick it up here along that far circle. Takes a hit. Dished out by Anderson Brown. Cross-ice flip, and West Islip can look to get out Sulos. Handles the puck, and offsides is called against West Islip. It's been a stop-and-go first period here between the Lions of West Islip and Sachem, who I think have one of the better road jerseys in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. That Vegas colors and Chicago Blackhawks logo. Here's Loeb. Nudging it into the offensive zone. Hesse chasing after it. Getting there first, though, was Jake Michelanda. Michelanda and Loeb. Michelanda goes down. Loeb stays up. Tries to spin it deep. Does chip it by Michelanda. Centers one behind his intended target, as he was trying to get it to Sean Feely. And now that shot gloved and held by Michael Elko, as we are a little halfway through the first period. Face off to the left of Elko. Ritigliano to take the draw. Won by West Islip. Flip though into the slot. Wellman trying to get a stick on it. Wellman another stab. No dice there for Zachary Wellman. West Islip can't clear. Ritigliano at the line. He coughed it up, and now a nice move through the neutral zone by Michelanda. Michelanda now joined by Chinnis. Sachem take possession and chip out. Shimmy shake here from Jablonski before he flips into the neutral zone. And nearly a turnover for Bonkov, who gets a shot on. A save made by Walsh. Chipped that for Wellman. Wellman to Ritigliano. Retigliano hits the brakes, returns it to Wellman. One-time shot, glove save, Elko rolling, puck gets in! Sachem score! A one-time blast from Wellman. 1-0. The silver and gold strike first and take the lead. And for Elko, that's a tough one to give up as he got almost all of that shot. Call it 97% of it. But that extra 3% got it across the finish line, and Sachem, as I mentioned, lead it 1-0. It's Hunter who's actually going to get credited with the goal, assisted by Wellman and Retigliano. So the goal scored by Justin Hunter, his 5th, ties him for the most on the team with Hesse now. As a Pedisano looks to track down that puck, it's handled by Mills. Mills attempts to backhand one, or bank one ahead, I should say. And it goes too far and all the way down for an icing on West Islip. .5:57 left here in the first period. Face off to the right of Elko. In the corner, it's Hesse. Hesse, good setup shot just wide. A one-time blast. It ultimately went wide, was taken there by a Pedisano. DiPietro's pass blocked, comes out of the zone. He'll pick it up in his own end, banks around too far for Calber. Nudge just out of the reach of Patton. Patton, though, gets it right back. Patton, try to go to the forehand. Couldn't survive the poke check of Jablonski, but establishing the zone for Sachem. And now that miscommunication between Hesse and Krusch has the puck out of the zone. Hesse circling with it. Deeks at the center ice dot. Hesse around everyone and slid it wide. Just lost a handle. As he made arguably one move, maybe too many, as he diced through the defense. Loeb with the takeaway. Loeb the high riser wide. Bonkov picks it up along the near wall. Bonkov gets it back from Sinclair. Walks in now with Mills. Mills centers, shot, they score! And we've got ourselves a tie game. The goal scored by Randazzo, I do believe, for West Islip. And it would be his 2nd of the season, if so. And a great feed from Mills to the slot area. Just beats the outstretched right pad of Walsh. And we're all even at 1. It is Randazzo from Mills and Jablonski as Elko covers up here. So 2nd of the year for Randazzo, as Hunter scored his 5th not that long ago to give Sachem the 1-0 lead. Jablonski picks up assist number 2 on the season, 7 points for him. And Mills, his 1st assist of the year. .429 left, face off to the right of Elko. Retigliano wins it forward, takes the shot wide. Wellman picks it up on the other end. Another save made, Elko. Rebound across the crease, and wouldn't go. Now West Islip clear. Portanova challenging Bonkov. Portanova wins it. And the puck does escape the zone. Quickly trying to touch up our West Islip. Sulos, cross corner dump. Portanova picks it back up. Here's Wellman for Retigliano. Retigliano, wrister glove save made, Elko. They're actually going to call that play offsides. So had that puck gone in, it wouldn't have counted. Puck drop outside the West Islip zone. right in front of the bench area. Big collision. Apetisano involved in the hit, as well as Jack Lella, as here's Hunter going across with it. Couple of West Islip defenders thwarting it to the line, not out. That was Anderson Brown. Now Hesse settles back in. Along that near circle, a wrist shot fought off by Elko, and Elko covers. And a pretty quiet whistle, huh, Paul? I didn't hear that whistle, did you? You did? I'm not, man. Guess I got to get the hearing checked then, huh? As the ensuing face-off to the right of Elko, won by West Islip, and that's Jablonski who emerges with it. Flying through the neutral zone, Alex Jablonski tries to make another move. Loose puck available, nearly picked up by Jake Chinnis. Now Sachem move out with it. And cutting in for the shot blocked. Nice play there on the back end from Chris Saguna. Banked along by Jablonski to the near side. Saguna activates down the left wing wall. Past Saguna. And turnover. And turned up ice by Chinnis. Chinnis shoved down from behind by Apetisano. He had the puck. Good clean hit there from Apetisano. Hunter lost it. Backhand along by Hoffman, Juliana Hoffman. Sachem making a change. Got to be weary of too many players on the ice, and that's what they're going to get him with, I think. Something I've noticed, Paul, is whenever the puck's near the benches and you're making a fire wagon change, you got to be careful of touching that puck. And so the first power play of the game, too many players out on the ice. Assessed to Sachem, the home team of West Islip, at least tonight it is their designation. They'll get the power play, game's first. Sulos to take the draw from Retigliano to the right of Walsh. And it's won by Sulos. Bonkov to Jablonski. And on back for Bonkov. Jablonski. Wrist shot. Traffic deflected by Sulos. Save made by Walsh. And cleared out by Calber. Jablonski on it once more. Now Bonkov. Back to Jablonski. Just missed the stick of Patton. Jablonski cuts in near circle. Forced around behind by DiPietro, who takes it away. Nice defensive play by DiPietro. He's going to try to clear the zone. He can't. Mills is there. Mills. Loeb on the intercept. Pardon me, Patton. That's Patton. Patton clears it down the ice. Elko to play it. Breezes past Bonkov. Tapped along for Jablonski. Jablonski with Mills streaking to the net. They're going to try to get it to him. They do, over the net, wide. But a nice play there, and Bonkov not going to try to keep it in. Carries out. Retigliano all over him. Great forecheck there from Retigliano. Now Bonkov has it. For Jablonski. Over the line onside. Alec Jablonski drops for Sulos. Sulos far circle, a rip off the right shoulder of Walsh, who makes the stop. Seconds to go on the power play. 45 seconds to go in the period of a 1-1 tie. Jablonski around Portanova. Jablonski backhands across and deflected just wide by Sinclair. Held in by Bonkov. Backhand, and they're going to say a hand pass there, are they? There's 28 seconds left in the period. 5 left on the power play. I believe we have a hand pass ruled by the official. The West Islip coaching staff doesn't seem all that pleased about it. We resume play. Good pass ahead. Jablonski to Bonkov. And now across for Dos Santos. Shot blocked by Krush. Power play is ended. We're back to 5-on-5. Final seconds here, first period. Feely try to backhand this one out. Loeb trying to help it along as well. Puck now flipped up into the Sachem bench. We'll get a stoppage with 6 seconds left in the period. Face off to the right of Walsh. Sulos to take the draw for West Islip. Wins it cleanly. Bonkov walks. Wrist shot blocked. Krush in the way of that one. And that's how we conclude the first period. So Sachem got on the board first. A goal from Hunter. Wellman, Ratigliano, the assists. And then the response from Randazzo on a beautiful feed from Mills. Jablonski getting the secondary assist. So 1-1 at the end of one. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Ryan Browning and Paul Trentini. We'll be back waiting for you. The end of the first, beginning of the second in just a moment on LI Sports Network. Welcome back to the Rinks and Ophog. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Second period on its way and now underway between Sachem and West Islip. It's been a good back and forth game. Centering feed, Hesse unable to get a shot off. A good defensive play there by Dos Santos. Broke it up. Now here's Hunter, responsible for Sachem's lone goal in that first period. Merely just tapped in a one-time blast from Wellman. Trying to hold in on the far boards was Kane. Now 2-on-1 developing. Bonkov trying to go across. Hesse with the stick in the lane makes a great play as he was trying to go over to Randazzo. Randazzo has the lone goal. Here's Hesse. Hesse in. Hesse to the backhand. Denied by Elko. Lost his stick in the process. It's got the West Islip bench humming. And now Bonkov again with Randazzo. Bonkov around the defender. Shot denied by Walsh. Back the other way. Sachem gave it up. Jablonski goes between his legs to Bonkov, who returns to Jablonski. In his skates, Wellman takes over. Wellman lost it to Sulos. Sulos carries around the net. 3:35 remaining, taken away here by Patton. Patton, bank shot, and nearly found its way through Elko, who made the nifty save, hugging the post. Cheeky little play has got Paul smiling behind the cam there from Patton. You got to know your geometry. Get the angles on those bank shots. Sachem fire it right back in by way of Kalber. Settling on it, Chinnis. Taken away by a Pedisano, who fires it right back in deep. Chinnis again flips to the neutral zone, only as far as Kalber, who rips it right back around the wall. Patton will be the first on it in the far corner. Patton unloads and sends to the ice Anderson Brown. And Anderson Brown is no small player, as Lela ships it ahead. Ratigliano, and now taken away by Sulos. Right back on it for Sachem is, pardon me, DiGiacomo. I've been calling it Pedisano as I misread his jersey. I know there's another Pedisano. My apologies, DiGiacomo. Ritigliano. Padden. Rister. Off the lower portion of the mask there, I believe, of Elko, who makes the stop, well positioned. Caliber of that shot, I should say, ricocheted off the stick of Anderson Brown and wide. Padden. Another huge hit on Brown. And then why not more as he knocks down Sinclair. I don't really take replays of hits, but I feel like I need to. The one-man wrecking ball is Padden for Sachem. Tyler Padden. Meanwhile, West Islip put out in front by Sulos, on back for Bonkov, wide with the shot. Flip back along a bouncing puck. Tricky one there is made look easy there by Walsh, who covers and makes the save. Let's get another. Do I replay the Tyler Padden? Boom! And wait, he's not done. There's more. Boom! Oh, man. Gotta love the clean hits. You know, unfortunately, there are too many that aren't. And you can't do that with. Sachem iced the puck. Opportunity in the offensive zone for West Islip. Hesse wins it forward, and he marches out. Skate to stick, trying to get around Bonkov. Great play by Bonkov to stick with Hesse. Loeb, though, sends it down the wall. Sachem trying to establish the cycle in the zone. Get it back to Cruz. Cruz, a wrister. And, oh, it's still loose. It's still loose. Hesse picks it up. Scrambling Elko. Shot blocked. Another try coming. No. Hesse does not get a shot off. Bonkov prevails. Bonkov goes down. Penalty on Sachem. Oh, what a sequence that was. Sachem fans unhappy with the call. Power play, West Islip. Face-off coming to the right of Walsh. Sulos to take the draw from Ritigliano. And both players get escorted out of the face-off dot. I don't know if I've seen that before. DiGiacomo on to take it for Sachem against Sinclair. Ultimately, the puck comes out of the zone, chipped right back along by Jablonski. And Sachem clear the zone. Bonkov back in it. Bonkov, nice move. Backhands went across. Still available out in front. A chance and save made by Walsh. In tight on Jablonski. Sent around by Saguna. Ritigliano in a foot race with Sinclair. And Kane ultimately gets control of the puck and banks to center, where it's picked up by Mills. Mills, Jablonski, Bonkov. Back to Jablonski. Trying to get momentum into the zone, Jablonski. He does just that. Slows down, sends it back to Bonkov. Bonkov and Sinclair both near each other. Far circle shot from Mills. Hit the stick, I think, of Jablonski in front there. Could have been Sulos. Sachem can't clear. Mills to Jablonski. Spinning away from DiGiacomo. Play it on a cross. Settle Bonkov, the drive, save, rebound, save, Walsh. In tight on Sinclair. What a stop by the left pad of Michael Walsh. Bonkov leads Jablonski. Sachem fire wagon change. And a good poke by Kane. Sulos, Bonkov, back to Sulos. And once more Bonkov. Far side Mills takes the shot off the post and the glove. And now pushed back out in front, and there again is Walsh to make the save. With 15 seconds left on the power play. And 9:11 left here in the second. Faceoff comes to the far boards. Now Jablonski. 7 seconds to go on the power play. Wrist shot. Right pad stop made by Walsh, who has been Sachem's best penalty killer on that one. And they do get the kill. And the game remains tied at 1. Sulos with Hesse bearing down on him. Played up the near boards. Rolls on to Elko, and Elko will cover. Face off to the left of the West Islip netminder, Michael Elko. Hesse to take the draw for Sachem. And a couple of whacks at it, chances out in tight. That flip just wide off the stick of Hesse. Held in by Kalber, right back on goal, steered into the corner by Elko. Hesse and Mills come together, and now two more West Islip lines there, and Bonkov trying to get around Kalber, gets the pass through and in the skates of Randazzo. Padden. Stick handling away from the forechecking Dos Santos. Backhands one up for Hesse. Hesse joined by Hunter. Hesse the shot, save made. Right into the chest of the well-positioned Michael Elko. Face off to the left of the West Islip netminder. One-time shot by Feely off the face-off win for Sachem. Again denied by the West Islip netminder. And now Mills tracked down from behind by Feely. Feely prevails with the puck. Down the left wing side, Feely a shot again right into the chest of Michael Elko. .738 left here in the second period. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Cameraman Paul Trentini. I'm Ryan Brannigan. Face off one forward by Ratigliano. And another save made by Elko. It really has been a goaltending duel, hasn't it, so far, Paul? Paul nods in agreement. Takes a peek at what's going on the South Rink as well. It is Friday night. On for Krush. Krush walks, shot, hit a skate, and then off the stick of Feely. Krush again. Now Feely. Feely across through the crease. Nobody on the other side of the ice. It's banking in back door. I believe it was a shot on goal. Sulos for West Islip. Spins out of one hit and gave the puck up. Loeb on Jablonski. The two of them come together, and Jablonski prevails with the puck. Jablonski off the glass, not out, held in by Portanova. Cross corner, Loeb spins, shoots, left pad save, Elko. Sulos. Head forward, Jablonski. Joined by Sinclair on the right wing. Jablonski pulls up. And a low wrist shot, hoping for a deflection in front, blocked by Krush. Jablonski, nifty move to get around Loeb, cuts in. Turns and shoots right into the catching glove of Michael Walsh. And we get a stoppage, 6:28 to go here, second period. Want to remind everyone listening, check us out on social media at LI Sports Network. Tons of great stuff on there. Last night's best All handled in conjunction by our cameraman, Paul Trentini, and the editing skills of Wally Mitchell. Face-off won by West Islip in the O-zone. Shot from Bonkov blocked. Hesse fanned on the pass across as he was getting checked from behind. A good defense there from Minervini. Comes to free, one-time blast! A great stop by the blocker of Elko, as he denied. That time was Chris Saguna. Delayed penalty. Sachem will go to the power play. Hesse trying to keep possession for as long as possible. They say they do not touch up. Backhanded across by Wellman. Saguna checked into the boards. Sachem fans want another call. And it's hard to tell if there is another call with the referee's arm already up. If I had to guess, it is just the initial penalty against West Islip. Bonkov to the box. Roughing is the call against Brian Bonkov. So power play for Sachem. Saguna down the wall past Hesse onto the stick of Padden. Padden behind the net. He's gonna just try to stuff it in. The rebound, they score! So Padden the stuff in. It didn't get stuffed, but it got right onto the stick of Hunter, who scores. 2-1 Sachem. Watch the puck just seemingly out of nowhere, right onto the stick of Hunter. Johnny on the spot. No chance there for Elko. And it's 2-1 Sachem. They cash in on the power play. And the goal for Hunter, his second of the game, sixth now of the season. And he now stands alone as Sachem's leading goal scorer. Hunter from Padden. Padden, that's assist number 2 of the year. His fourth point of the drive from the man himself, the aforementioned Tyler Padden, is sealed up by Michael Elko, who continues to be impressive here tonight, along with his goaltending counterpart on the other side of the ice for Sachem, Michael Walsh. Hesse behind the West Islip net, emerges on the other side. A wrister through traffic. Elko never saw it, but it went wide. Calber down low to Padden. Padden sealing it off. Pushed around to the opposite corner. Hesse can't hold in, and away comes Bonkov. Bonkov trying to get around DiPietro, and nice play made by the Sachem defender, but then he coughed it up. Back come West Islip. Trying to weave his way through was Michelanda. Now a chance down low. Goes just wide. Michelanda keeps it moving to Hoffman, Juliana Hoffman. And now Michelanda once more. Trying to go across to Chinnis. Sachem come up with it. Flip to open ice. Giacomo, 2-on-1 with Padden. Padden had a tough receive of that pass in his skates. Couldn't get it back across to Giacomo or on goal. Now Chinnis springs forward. Jablonski with Mills. Jablonski. Nice move, but poked away from him by Krush. Still out of the zone. Chinnis for Jablonski. A rip blocked by in front. Saguna, another shot. Left pad save made by Walsh. Like Saguna might have been a little shaken up by that block on the Jablonski rip. But away comes to Giacomo and Sachem. 2-on-2 over the blue. Shot blocked by Jablonski. Picked right back up by DeGiacomo. Feely plays it out in front. Kane gets shoved down by Bonkov. Away come West Islip, but Portanova back there. Take it away, gives it right back. Here comes Jablonski. Jablonski checked by Portanova. 2-on-2 battle in the near corner. And now picked up by 0-0. That's Patrick Loeb. Loeb's pass hits the skates of Anderson Brown, rolls on goal where it's covered by Elko. 2:54 left on the clock here in the second period. Sachem leading West Islip by 1. In what's been a very evenly matched back and forth game, in which both goaltenders have shined bright. Gets by the stick of Cruz, pinching in at the left point. Portanova picks it up. Portanova sends it all the way down. That'll be an icing on Sachem. And so offensive zone draw coming for West Islip. Good time to remind you to check out Rinks and Realities, a podcast hosted by my friends Travis Quigley and Paul Trentini, produced by Wally Mitchell. You can find it right here on LI Sports Network. Their most recent episode dropped just a couple of hours ago. And it featured Farmingdale goaltender. As here's Sachem with a chance, puck deflecting up into the air. And now Mills with it. Lost it. Calver back on it. Podcast featured former Farmingdale goaltender Jake Temkin. As here's Mills, left point, left circle, a shot fought off by Walsh. Calber can't clear. Jablonski's shot got through, and another save made by Walsh, who has been locked in. Here's Ritigliano, the shot, and Elko making the save. Both goaltenders seemingly locked in. And they've put on a show. And speaking of goaltenders, former goaltender as well was on the podcast for the Cortland roller hockey team, and New York Islanders beat reporter Stefan Rosner, who was on last week. Wellman through everybody, save made Elko. Wellman with the primary assist, was nearly a goal on Sachem's first goal of the game. Both Sachem goals coming by way of Justin Hunter. Calber shot that got deflected and then steered into the corner by the stick of Elko. Back up for Calber, lets one go again wide. Picked up by Hesse on the opposite side. Hesse, a shot that hit Hunter in front. And Elko trying to play the ricochet off the lively boards. Made a save on Hunter. And now Bonkov. Lead pass out of the reach of Lela. Minervini picks up the loose puck. Sends ahead for Jeremy Sinclair. Sinclair to Bonkov. Bonkov, a wrister. Stick save made by Walsh. And then Sulos taking a hit. Dished out by DiPietro. It's going to be a penalty. Power play for West Islip upcoming. They were dangerous on their last attempt. And they get another one here. And DiPietro will go off to the box. Roughing or interference is what I suspect. "51 seconds remain here. So the power play will carry over if there is no goal in the next 51. Sulo centering Mills and Sinclair. Jablonski and Bonkov on the back end. Portanova going to try to fire it around. Jablonski holds in at the near point. Jablonski walks, takes the shot, and a nice glove save made by Walsh on a good shot from Jablonski. That was labeled for the upper corner. Ensuing face-off. Won by Sachem and banked to center. Jablonski to Bonkov. West Islip trying to quickly touch up and get back in. 30 seconds to go in the period. Jablonski, Bonkov, back to Jablonski. Jablonski opens up and fires in. Over the stick of Walsh, who was out to stop it. Around, Portanova first on it, gives it away to Bonkov. Bonkov with a 2-on-1 down low. Bonkov trying to go back door. They score! Bonkov sent it across, and not sure if any player got a touch on it. Bonkov's going to lead the line to the handshake line. It appears it's his goal in the dying moments of the second period. I really thought Sinclair got a stick on it. Jeremy Sinclair, who was there on the back door, who Bonkov was trying to get the pass to. And so 2 second period power play goals, one for Sachem, one for West Islip. It's 2-2. Hesse, can he get a goal in the dying moments for Sachem to get it right back? He can't get a shot on, so it's hard to do that. Fired all the way down, it'll be an icing as time expires here in the second period, so no icing. Well, we go out of the second the way we came into it, tied. Each team with another goal to their name. Sinclair most recently from Ryan Bonkov on the power play. Prior to that, Sachem. It was Justin Hunter from Tyler Padden on the power play. 2-2 at the end of 2. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Ryan Brannigan, Paul Trentini will be back for period number 3. Stay with us on LI Sports Network. Welcome back to the Rinks and Hop Hog. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. JV action, Sachem and West Islip. Two teams that have come into the night 7th and 9th respectively in the JV division. Sachem winners of 3 straight. West Islip losers of 3 straight. Each trying to kick their respective funk. And it's been a fantastic game. Very evenly matched between these two sides. 2-2 at the end of 2. As Padden's shot blocked by Mills allows Jablonski to come out with it. Jablonski left it behind him. Retigliano speeds up the other way. Padden trying to join him for a 2-on-1. Retigliano to the circle. Shot it wide. Past the glove and then subsequent post of Michael Elko. That's been the other story. The goaltending has been fantastic here tonight between Michael Elko and Michael Walsh. If you're a goalie and your name's Michael, you're doing pretty good tonight. Jablonski. Nice pass received to himself. He's going to try to bank it around Kalber, or does. Sends it across. It briefly hit the stick of the forward set up in front, Jack Lella. Jablonski now in the corner. Puck comes free to Giacomo, speeding away from it. Moves up ice, 2-on-2 over the blue for Sachem. Gets it across. Padden playing it off the ricochet. Nice move by Padden, but ultimately has it stolen away by Sulos. Sulos. As the bank went on, stepping up was Sachem's Saguna, Chris Saguna. As Kalber backhand flip out of the zone. tracked down by Jablonski. Jablonski to Sulos. Joseph Sulos came into the night the leading scorer for West Islip. That pass for Jablonski hits the stick of Hesse. Leading scorer for Sachem. Sends it across, and a nice play to break it up by Bonkov. And now Jablonski, 3-on-2 over the blue. Tries to drag with it, left it behind him. That allows Saguna to come out of the zone. Saguna sends one down low, a shot, save made, Loeb in tight. And another great stop by Elko. Hesse, far circle. Now in the upper slot area. Plays catch with Saguna. Now down the wall goes Saguna with the right shot. Hesse back to Saguna. Saguna shot, save made by Elko. Clearing attempt blocked by Saguna. Down the wall, Bonkov will try the other side. Attempting to bank it out, Chinnis. However, nice play by Feely to keep it in for the moment. And now West Islip can come out of the zone with Michelanda. Michelanda shot, right pad save made by Walsh. And now Feely will tap a sputtering puck down into the West Islip zone. Bonkov going for the home run pass to Jablonski, was slowed down by the stick of Hesse. Does get to Jablonski. Stopped by Walsh. Portanova attempts to flip one ahead. It's tracked down by Bonkov, but given up to Feely. Feely moves in. Feely caught from behind by Jablonski. Great defensive recovery. Wellman now with it. Wellman's pass hit the skates of Jablonski, who comes out with it. Alex Jablonski trying to survive all the stick checks, takes the shot, and a save made by the left pad of Walsh. Jablonski, Bonkov, Rister deflects just wide. That went off Chinnis in front. And now Sachem clear it down, and the puck will be slowed by the snow in front of the West Islip bench. No icing. Bonkov. Chinnis tries to get around Krush. Ends up coming across to Michelanda. Now Sachem come away with it. Retigliano, he's got speed. Shot blocked by Mills. Right back to Retigliano. And Retigliano is going to reset in the neutral zone. Across for DiPietro. DiPietro, long shot into the glove of Elko, who keeps things moving on for Mills. Mills tries to get a lead pass to Chinnis. It's knocked away by Hunter. Wellman also there trying to get possession, but ultimately can be handled on further by West Islip. And carrying it in is number 7, Mikey Walsh, who had not been in the game to this point. Walsh, a shot block, a nice save though by Walsh. And that long shot from Bonkov caught up in equipment of players in front. Scramble is on, another save by Walsh. Mills now with it. So welcome to the game, Mikey Lane. DiPietro can't clear. Good stand from Dos Santos, who walks, and a save made by Walsh. Face off to the left of the aforementioned Sachem netminder. Going to be taken by Randazzo. And clear it out of the zone was Saguna. Now Patton backhands across. Shot from DiGiacomo deflects up and off the glass behind the net. And another stoppage here. Do they think it hit the netting? I didn't think it did. Either way, we have a stoppage and a penalty. Haha. Lucas Dos Santos off for a trip. And that's why we had the stoppage. Sachem to the power play. Face off to the left of Elko. A turnover. Here's Bonkov. Bonkov
takes the shot and scores! What a goal! Short-handed, Ryan Bonkov fighting off a check from behind. It didn't matter. 3-2 West Islip. Oh, there it is. There's the focus on Ryan Bonkov. Incredible individual effort. Watch the stick of Kane come on in, and doesn't matter. Just inside the post. Past the glove, low glove of Michael Walsh. But they are still short-handed. What do they call that in the PWHL? The jailbreak rule. And another penalty upcoming on West Islip. An open ice trip. One you have to call as an official on Hesse. And now Sachem, who trail by 1, have a 5-on-3 for an extended period of time. 1 minute and 36 seconds to be precise. And that's a tough penalty to take. By Ryan Bonkov, actually, is the one who took it. So I guess you get some grace. You take the penalty to put your team down by 2 men. But you scored the short-handed goal that gave your team the 3-2 lead. See if Sachem can cash in. Pietro's shot, a bouncing, tricky shot. Padden set up in front and extending the left pad to make the tricky save was Elko. They'll do it again to the left of the aforementioned West Islip goaltender. Hesse won the draw, but won the draw too cleanly. And ahead of the puck drop, a false start. He'll do it again. Comes right back to Kalber. Kalber lost it. Great play defensively by Sinclair. Sinclair actually will center Jablonski instead of just sending it in deep. Jablonski making sure it gets deep. Sachem with the 5-on-3 for the next minute and 10 seconds trying to reestablish the zone. Hesse will. Hesse circling. Retigliano had a hard time receiving the pass. Padden picks it up behind the net. Centers for Hesse. Hesse stick handling save made by Oko. Excellent sprawling save by the West Islip netminder. Kalber goes across to Pietro. Down the wall for Hunter. Hunter out in front, hoping for Padden, taken away by Mills, and Mills, high flip on the backhand, clears the zone. 38 seconds left on the Sachem 5-on-3 advantage. Kalber trying to go to Hesse in the middle. Hesse does find it. Hesse onside. Goes to the backhand. Hesse around Jablonski. Across out of the reach of Retigliano. Retigliano taken away by Lane. Lane couldn't get by DiPietro. Great keep in. Return pass to DiPietro. Back for Kalber. Shot. Padden in front just went wide. Hesse. DiPietro 6 seconds on the 5-on-3. Kalber one-timer blocked by Lane. Retigliano up the wall to Kalber. 5-on-3 is ended. It's a 5-on-4 for about 20 seconds. Held in by DiPietro along the far point. Hesse. Nice move. Hesse. Try to get it to Padden. Steered away by Mikey Lane and down ice. And West Islip survived the extended 5-on-3. They kill it off. As we're more than halfway through the third period, they have the 3-2 lead on a shorthanded goal scored earlier on this sequence. Krush tries to knife his way around Bonkov, backhands it around the wall. Feely there. Feely trying to go up top. Portanova. Portanova steers one toward the goal off the stick of Jablonski and wide. Jablonski now picks it up in the near corner. Tries to get around Wellman. And eventually does find its way onto the stick of Dos Santos. Dos Santos to Bonkov and into the zone. Portanova banks it right back out. And right back in it goes. Offside or West Islip, they touch up. 6:20 to go in regulation. West Islip lead 3-2. Hoffman trying to nudge it ahead. Retigliano picking up speed. Gets it ahead to Feely. Feely over the blue line near circle. Tries to go across to Wellman, who picks it up off the ricochet. Wellman poked away by Bonkov. Gets to it. Backhands up for Portanova. Gloves it down. Takes the shot. Blocked in front. Pushed toward the goal once more by Wellman, but ultimately cleared out in front there by Chinnis. Chinnis to Jablonski. Jablonski trying to knock it ahead. It deflects up into the air. Balancing on the... Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that before. The puck was tight roping the dasher. Jablonski tried to sweep it off from the dasher, keeping it in play, and the officials blew it dead. So 5:36 left, 3-2. West Islip lead right here and only on LI Sports Network. Feely emerges with the puck, tries to get to the outside around Mills. Feely the shot. The entire lower portion of the net was cut off by the goaltending of Michael Elko. Loeb, a kick save by Elko. Oh, he just threw the left skate out there, didn't he? And made the save. Chinnis gets smooshed into the boards by Kane. West Islip do still have possession of the puck. And going down to the ice this time for West Islip was Nick Michelanda. Banked ahead for Michelanda. He'll get to it. Check from behind by Loeb. Feely in open space for Loeb. Loeb check from behind by Dos Santos. Intercepted by Feely. Feely walks in. Feely the shot on a glove. Save Michael Elko. Oh, Michael. Robs Feely, who makes a great play to intercept the pass. And this... that's just a great save, isn't it? 4:39 left, third period. West Islip trying to hold a one-goal lead they established earlier in the frame. Calberer, point shot deflected. Oh, didn't see it, did Elko. Had Patton out in front. Fire to the near wall. Backhanded in deep more there by Calberer to Hunter. Hunter with both goals in the game. A shot fought off by Elko. Bonkov flips across. Calberer picks it up. Goes to his defensive partner, DiPietro. Gets it back to Calberer. 4 minutes left in the third period. Sent back into the Sachem zone opposite corner. DiPietro and Lane together. And now Patton. Patton's pass rejected in his skate, and now finally nudged along by Hunter for Hesse. Hesse fanned on his pass attempt, taken away by the man who's got the game-winning goal as it stands. That is Ryan Bonkov. Bonkov, long shot, found its way into the glove of Michael Elko, who covers. 3:28 left. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Be sure to check us out on social media at LI Sports Network. Tons of great stuff on there from all the teams and leagues we cover, but mostly, no, not mostly, mostly the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. There's so much to be had here from the SCHSHL. New York Islanders High School Hockey League getting underway. It's the Nassau, essentially the Nassau version. And we had the first ever Long Island Championship, or not first ever, first in a while, between the winner of the SCHSHL and NYISHSL, as here is DiGiacomo backhanding across and right onto the stick of Jablonski, who sends it into the near corner, and now Mills emerges with it. Mills stick handles in on his backhand around the net. Mills banks it back for Sulos. Sulos, Jablonski, wrist shot wide. Here's Sulos. Shot blocked. And getting the loose puck and spinning it on goal, Sinclair. What a play. Save made by Walsh. Taken away. Shot by Sinclair wide off the feed from Sulos. DiGiacomo trying to clear, and Jablonski walling it off, takes possession back for West Islip and sends it back to his defensive partner Mills. Back to Jablonski, who walks. Jablonski's shot, blocker save made by Walsh. Taken away by Sinclair, who sends it deep. Sachem unable to get out of their zone at the moment. Trailing by 1. Fleeting moments of the third period. Minute 49 to go. Here's Feely. Shot blocked by Mills. Wellman picks it up in the far corner. Back to the point. Wrist shot blocked. Mills comes out of it. Taken by Kane was the shot. Here comes Mills. Hesse. Lost the handle, taken away by Mills. Mills circling, Mills, shot blocked. Another shot through, not quite. Chance there for Sinclair, and now Hesse races out of the zone. Checked by Lane from behind. Hesse trying to get the puck back. What a defensive play made by Mikey Lane as the net is empty for Sachem, and West Islip iced the puck. Oh, they were going for that empty net. And now a timeout has been called with 1 minute and 3 seconds left in the third period. West Islip leading Sachem 3-2. Ryan Bonkov, a short-handed goal, the difference in the game thus far. In a very exciting back and forth affair between the silver and gold Sachem and West Islip, the West Islip Lions, on this Friday night at the rinks. So with that, I'll step aside. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. The remaining 1 minute and 3 seconds. How will this game end? Coming up right after this short break. Welcome back to the rinks in Oppog. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League, LI Sports Network, JV Division, Sachem, West Islip. Sachem trailing by a goal, have the net empty, trying to get an equalizer. A Tigliano shot in the skates of Patton, who backhands it on goal. Save made Elko. Retigliano down the left wing side for Hesse. Back to Retigliano. That shot off the post! Off the post, rebound, save Elko! Still loose, wide! Oh my! Sachem that close to the equalizing goal. Calber for the rip by Saguna. Another save made by Elko. Oh, baby! One more time, and it starts from the shot from Retigliano. Patton set up in front. Does he get a piece? I think he does. And then off the post. Scramble is on. Elko making all the necessary saves. 34 seconds left. Kept in by Calber. Tries to get a shot through. It's blocked. And now Lane with an empty net. Mikey Lane ices it for WI. They take the 4-2 lead and are in the driver's seat to collect win number 5 on the year. Oh, Sachem came close, real close. And the goal for Mikey Lane. I'm so sorry. That's not Mikey Lane. It's James Espetti. My apologies. Mikey Lane wears number 7. But is not on JVs, on freshman. Shot save made. And then the mask comes off of Elko. And Elko, you could tell he's feeling it the way he just flicked his hair back in putting that mask back on. So James Aspetti with the icing goal, his 5th of the season, as he came in halfway through the game, really in the 3rd period, more than halfway through. Face-off won, and West Islip take this one 4-2 over Sachem. Game-winning goal, short-handed, scored by Bonkov, his 6th of the year. And an overall great performance by both teams and both goaltenders. Two goals for Justin Hunter in the game as well for Sachem. But West Islip, they prevail. They take the win. They move to 5-4. Sachem fall to 3-6. And coming up for these teams, after this one, West Islip have a meeting with Smithtown Hauppauge JV Blue on November the 26th. So quite a break, over a week away for West Islip. And as for Sachem, on deck for them is a date with East Islip in 5 days from now. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. On behalf of Paul Trentini, I am Ryan Brannigan saying so long. And until next time, as always, have a good night.